talk about the part you don't even realize that you do. People create entire stories in their heads about things they never experienced. For example, waiting for a college result after putting the college application. You send in the application, you believe you're good enough to apply, but while waiting, you start telling yourself things like, I won't get in, other people are better students than me, I should have done more. Your stomach starts to tighten, your heart starts to race, your anxiety spikes up. Then the letter comes, and guess what? You get in. Anyone ever experienced that? Your suffering was self-created, and it almost changed your results, or could have. Welcome to Win-Win with Gwen, hosted by Gwendolyn Shores, author, inspirational speaker, transformational coach, and CEO of Minds Above Matters. This is the podcast where your dreams ignite, limits shatter, and action leads to the life that you deserve. Your breakthrough starts now. Welcome back to the Win-Win with Gwen podcast, the place where you don't just talk about change, we do the work that creates it. This show is for the ones who know they were made for more, but life, trauma, fear, and old habits keep getting in the way. Here we talk about healing, mindset, relationships, and breakthroughs. And why do we do that? We do that because your future cannot afford your past running the show. And I'm here to help you step into the version of yourself that you keep seeing in your spirit. I see you. I love you, and I believe in you 101%. But what's even more important than me believing you 101% is that you believe in you 101%. And until you do, just borrow my belief. Family, let me ask you a question. Do you ever doubt that you create your own reality? If you say yes, give me a few minutes because I'm about to prove to you with a thought experiment, a personal story, scientific evidence, and a breakdown of how your mind, your beliefs, and your emotions shape what you experience. Because you are always manifesting. The question is whether you're doing it on purpose or if you're doing it on accident. Most people think that manifestation is woo, but let me tell you something. The anxiety that you have, you created. The missed opportunities, you created. Your breakthroughs also created by you. You are creating something with your thoughts and emotions. The question is, do you like what you've been creating? And if not, today I'm going to show you how to change that because you've got to do the work. I say that every episode, and this episode is no different. You've got to do the work. And today we are going to do the work. So let's start with a simple experiment. Think about a lemon. Imagine cutting it open, squeezing it, and the juice running down your fingers. Now imagine taking a big bite out of that lemon. What happened? Your mouth watered, didn't it? Your jaw tightened up. That wasn't even real, and it caused those things to happen. That proves something huge. That proves that your body responds to thought as if it is reality. Your nervous system doesn't wait on proof. It reacts on belief. So imagine how your body responds when you think, I know the doctor's about to give me bad news, or I'm not going to get the job, or even people don't choose me. And maybe you have a thought process that takes you here. Things don't go my way. Things never work out for me. Your heart races, your stomach knots up, your palms, they sweat. You created that reaction simply with your thoughts because those things don't even have to be true. That is manifestation, but you're doing it in the wrong direction. Let me share with you a story. When I wanted to get my home, I manifested my home not because I had the money at the time, not because everything lined up perfectly, but because I believed it was possible before I could even see it come into fruition. I visualized walking through the doors. I imagined the smell. I imagined decorating. I felt a feeling of gratitude before I even had it. And then I took action. I handled the paperwork. I stayed consistent, kept believing even when I didn't know how it would happen. That belief created a frequency. That frequency attracted opportunities, and those opportunities, they created results. This is how manifestation works. First, there's belief, then there's thought, then there's the emotion, Then there's the action. Voila, you have an outcome. Let's get a little scientific. Doctors have proven the placebo effect over and over and over again. People heal, stop hurting, or improve simply because they believe they're taking medicine, even when it's nothing more and nothing less than a sugar pill. And this means your belief alone can change your body. Your belief alone can change your brain chemistry. If belief can heal pain, if belief can lower stress levels, if belief can change that heart rate, then belief can absolutely change your life. Let's talk about the part you don't even realize that you do. People create entire stories in their heads about things they never experienced. For example, waiting for a college result. After putting in the college application, you send in the application, you believe you're good enough to apply, but while waiting, you start telling yourself things like, I won't get in, other people are better students than me, I should have done more. Your stomach starts to tighten, your heart starts to race, your anxiety spikes up. Then the letter comes, and guess what? You get in. Anyone ever experienced that? Your suffering was self created, and it almost changed your results, or could have. I know another example, waiting for medical results, because I did this to myself. You go in for the test, you wait for the results, and while you're waiting, your mind creates a horror movie. Then the office calls and says, you need to come in so we can talk. Your anxiety is on fire now. You're speaking death over yourself. You're telling 5 or more people that you're sick, when the whole time they called you in because that's just office policy. They don't give results over the phone. You're suffering again. And it was because you created it in your mind, and you could have changed your reality because of that. Let me give you a third example, a job application. You take the time to search for the job you want. You fill out the application. You send the application in. Those were acts of belief. You believed at some point that you wanted that job and could have that job. But then while waiting, you reverse that belief. You start thinking things like, I'm not qualified, they won't call me, someone else deserves it more than me. And then they call for the interview. Then after the interview, you panic all over again. We've got to stop this, guys. But after panicking, you get the job. Yet now you're worried because you don't think you can handle the job. Worry, worry, worry. So let me ask you, at what point will you believe in yourself as much as your actions have already proved you to do? Because every step you took required belief, but then you reverse the belief with doubt. You are literally creating anxiety with your imagination. Imagine if you use that imagination for good. Here's what this does when you do that neurologically. It trains your brain to expect negative outcomes. It increases the cortisol. It shrinks confidence. It stops you from celebrating progress. It teaches your RAS to look for danger, even when none exists. You're not broken. You're simply trained. And the good news is you can retrain yourself. And that's what we're going to do here today. I'm going to show you how to retrain yourself. But in order to retrain yourself, you must first replace what if it goes wrong with what if it goes right. You're already imagining the story. Choose a better one. Next, don't tell people your fears. Tell them your intentions. Words create vibrations. Speak life into your life. By all means, take aligned action. If you want it, take the steps. Action kills anxiety. Accept doctor's appointments without internalizing it. Being let down is not failure. It's simply redirection. The last advice I have to give you on this is for you to remember there is always another opportunity. When one door closes, you heard this before, one door closes, another one is waiting. Don't close it on yourself before you even see what's behind the door. God gave you free will. And in Deuteronomy 30:19, it says, I have set before you life and death, blessings and curses. Now choose life. And that means you choose your thoughts. You choose the meanings. You choose the outcome. Your choices create your reality. I can't say it enough. It is so important that you start training your mind to imagine good things. If you're already going to think, if you're already going to visualize, if you're already going to create a story, why not create one that serves you? Because listen, you really do create your reality, not by magic, not by luck, but by belief, thoughts, emotions, actions, and outcomes. Guys, don't forget to comment. I would love to hear from you all. Subscribe, follow, and share. And remember, you got to do the work. Say it with me one time, guys. You got to do the work. I will see you here again on the Win Win with Gwen podcast, where there's always a win. With Gwen, I will see you again 6:15 sharp every Friday. I love you guys. I see you and I believe in you. And until I see you again, keep doing the work. I'm proud of you guys. See you next time.